Hi Tech Trends. How's everybody doing today? So I want to ask you a question to get you started. What comes to mind when you hear the words customer loyalty, and competition? When I hear these words, I'm reminded of my previous work as a school administrator where I worked in a community school and marketing was a big part of my job. It was embedded into the core of my position and I had to think in terms of a businessman and retaining and attracting my customers. So I had to think about who my customers were in order to effectively develop plans around how I was going to attract and retain these people. So I considered my customers at the time to be students, parents, board members, and even the teachers. And the community at large was also a big part of who I considered to be a customer. So attracting and retaining and maintaining a positive image in these people's views was massive. And a lot of that drove our funding and ability to maintain high qualities of education. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk to you about Chapter 4 of the book, Knowledge Management, Building a Competitive Advantage in Higher Education. So Chapters 4 and 5 adequately depict how higher education taps into all the available resources to customize the experience for all of their identified customers. So the editors describe in higher ed situations that customers are current, former, and prospective students, parents, faculty, staff, government organizations, vendors, corporate sponsors, and the community at large. Customer Relationship Management, or CRM as the book says, is defined by the authors as a business strategy designed to optimize revenue and customer satisfaction by organizing the institution around customer segments. So that's a lengthy title and definition, basically just meaning that they're using the technology infrastructure to harness the information they need to be more productive and to make it more individualized for their customers. So it's really designed to give their customers a clear understanding of where they are within the organization and to give them access to the things that they need to and try to omit what they don't. For example, in higher education, especially for a student within, let's say, BGSU, this might mean information such as admissions, registration, financial aid, student accounts, housing, grades, course information. So think of it like our Canvas structure that we have at BGSU. So this book was published in 2009, and a lot has happened since integrating online systems since then. But BGSU, for example, we used to have something called Blackboard. And before that, it was a lot of paper management and emails. Now we have Canvas and everything is integrated. You can go to one online kind of one-stop shop system. There are layers upon layers of information that is personalized for each customer. Whether it be a student or an employee, the system focuses and prioritizes what that person needs to know for what they do. Chapter 5 of this book really talks about the adaptation of technology needs to be embedded into organizational processes. These are called knowledge-based systems. The author defines this as being able to systematically manage, leverage, and store internal and external knowledge within an organization, much like a university does. So now we're switching a little bit from CRM to knowledge-based systems, where we're looking at the research and knowledge behind what universities do. Adopting this type of a system, such as information sharing, allows universities to maintain a competitive edge because they are willing to let lots of different perspectives to gain insight on the most effective and efficient way to conduct business. And it also improves the overall life of the organization, much like what the last group did when they presented on how these big organizations, like lots of different people and have different backgrounds and cultural backgrounds, to allow them in on the conversations and be represented in terms of change initiatives and things like that, so that way they have a well-rounded, well-versed perspective before implementing such change. One of the essential questions I would like for you to focus on from these two chapters is one, think about Canvas, the tool that BGSU utilizes for its customer relationship management and knowledge management. How has this helped you specifically engage with BGSU on a deeper level than when, let's say, you were an undergrad? Especially for those of us that are not millennials and really understand what it was like pre-Canvas, pre-Blackboard when we got our undergrad, especially if you got your undergrad at BGSU, which I did, so I can speak to that a little bit. And I remember running all over campus for the different things that I needed, and now I can just stop right here at Canvas from home in my jammies and take care of what I need to. The other question I want you to focus on and really think about is, who are the customers in your organization? How do you define your customers? And in what ways do you utilize system-wide management systems to retain and attract? Is it working? If so, why? If not, what could be improved? Thank you for listening to my 6+ minutes of Chapter 4 and 5 on the book Knowledge Management: Building a Competitive Advantage in Higher Education. Have a great day. Thank you.